So you get community buy-in before just demolishing the East Wing, for example.
It's absolutely incredible how much science and innovation is happening right here in Massachusetts. And I think a lot of people don't know the implications that it could have for our lives, to make them a lot better, to strengthen our economy, and to actually strengthen democracy too. So today I visited the MIT Media Lab, and we talked about transportation and housing and how to make it all more affordable. Of course, I'm really passionate about high-speed rail. And the coolest thing about high-speed rail might be that you can go 250 miles per hour as opposed to being stuck in traffic or stuffed in a pressurized aluminum tube. But actually, the most impactful part of high-speed rail is that it influences the actual cities and towns that we live in. It makes it possible to live in a small town and get to work and home in time for dinner, even if your office is far away. It also dramatically improves the impact on the environment because high-speed rail can be completely carbon-free. But it also changes just literally how we live in these places because people like taking high-speed trains and they like walking to the train station.
City Science Lab in San Francisco to focus on what comes after the upzoning process they're going through. So we're looking at dynamic incentives, harnessing market forces to get pro-social development in place.
And so instead of having sprawly suburban car-centric developments, it actually inspires and incentivizes compact living where you can have walkable downtowns with local bars and restaurants, a lot of small businesses, as opposed to the big chains in huge parking lots that we're used to in suburbs all across America. So that's exactly what we were talking about at the MIT Media Lab.
And show me what you have going on here with this.
All right, this is in Andorra, where we have 3 years of raw telecom data to work with. Unprecedented, it's country scale data. So what we did here was model the behaviors of people that come from France, from the north, and Spain from the south, and all the other populations that visit it. And then from that, build an agent-based model so we can then introduce various interventions, which could be zoning or housing policy or a new urban plan, and then model the impact of
or new transportation systems.
Well, that's huge.
We're talking about the impact that transportation and housing has on development and vice versa. And they have these amazing models where you can see firsthand how when you make changes in transportation options for people, it changes traffic patterns, it changes development patterns, it changes how we live. Now, look, none of this is forcing anything on us. A lot of changes in America you feel like are forced down your throat. Like, okay, we're going to just construct a village to look like a European walkable downtown, even though it's in the middle of nowhere and you still drive and park in a massive parking lot just to use it. That's not what this is. This is just saying we can create the transportation options that allow you to have this kind of development, that actually incentivize it, that actually inspires the private sector to do this kind of development without requiring a lot of taxpayer money through government subsidies. This is how it works in most other parts of the world.
You can have a win-win-win if you do it properly.
Absolutely.
And it's also a lesson in how we got to where we are. When you just spend hundreds of billions of dollars building 8-lane highways, guess what? You're dependent on your car, whether you want to be or not. The amazing thing about high-speed rail is you can still take a car if you want. You can still fly if you want. That's your choice. But you have the freedom to walk to the train station, to go 250 miles per hour to your next destination in absolute comfort, in total comfort, with zero carbon footprint. And when you get there, get off the train, walk to your office, walk to a locally owned small business, private restaurant, bar, whatever. And that's exactly how a lot of us want to be able to live.
So this is Kendall Square. These are the emissions, so that's about 17 tons of carbon per person per year, which is low for here. It's low for a U.S. city. But this little circle here is the IPCC goal, which is 2.5 tons. So that requires an 8-fold decrease in emissions if you're going to reach that, which is damn near impossible. But what we're looking at is the relative impact of all these interventions. And most of them are local. Very few of them come from national policy. Most of them are land use, transportation systems, building codes, all of these things in the middle that have the, basically, building housing near jobs with all the amenities people need in daily life have the biggest impact.
Sure, you could still choose to live alone in a suburb where you barely know your neighbors and you drive down the block to, go to the park, but you don't have to. This is about freedom. It's about economic development. It's about giving people opportunities. And it's about dramatically improving our economy and making it more affordable for everyone in America.
So this is the Marriott and Main Street. This is MIT's 14 acres that they're developing. We built this when they just started that project. And so what we can do is dynamically change the land use and the density. We can toggle on different mobility systems, and then we can see the impact. As we do this, all of these metrics update. So you can see the impact on innovation potential, safety, security, eyes on the street, housing, jobs, etc.
That's the vision. That's the vision. And it's happening right here in Massachusetts. We just need more people in positions like mine in Congress to actually put it into action, to take this knowledge, this science, this innovation, and apply it to our democracy. And it really does actually not only improve how people live, but it's more democratic if you do it right too. It gets people involved in deciding what future they want to have for their communities.
I mean, I really do think of this as being focused on democracy.
It is.
It's really about a new consensus tool in a community. And with all the political dysfunction at national level, not only in the U.S., but other places, I mean, it falls on the mayors to take action. And they can't take action unless they bring the community together and reach a consensus.
Try to understand how to solve for Lyme disease, but he's actually, as that 60 Minutes profile shows, he's going before the community and asking them for their purchase and buy-in. And I think one of the sweetest things about the Media Lab now is that we are actually trying to think about how to take these ideas in science and technology and make sure they're democratically used.
Yeah, Kevin's right there, and we're in completely different fields, but we connect about the community engagement.
So you get community buy-in before just demolishing the East Wing, for example.
In the 60 Minutes piece, they ask him, this is, part of your life's work, and it's hugely impactful, and what are you going to do if the city council says, we're not quite comfortable with this? He said, I'll go home.
But he's like, but I will learn from what the community feels. Understand how to evolve what we're doing, because this does not work without democratic participation and buy-in. Like, technology doesn't impose on us. We can help create and build and solve our problems.
That's right.